hit some threes. Cook played well underneath. And defensively, you guys are just swarming the basketball, and you guys were everywhere. And you have to love this time of the season. You know, it's coming down to, regional time, and just the effort overall, you got to be pretty pleased with.
Well, defensively, I think we're moving exceptionally well. Guys are, getting after it, making it hard for people to find shots and things. And if you can do that along with get some rebounds and only allow people one shot, you're really going to look good. So our guys done a nice job with that. Today is kind of a catch game because we held them to 15 points when we played Charleston here earlier. But their best player went out of the game with about 5 minutes into the game. And at that point, it was only a 6-point game. So that makes a difference when you take somebody out that's their leader and so forth. So, but, and we've had multiple kids that's, I think we're pretty deep on our bench. And, when we sub, and we got several different lineups that we, have for certain situations. And I think we're starting to feel them out, and the kids are, kind of following suit.
Once again, the injury bugs hit Lincoln a little bit with Saucy. Looked like he has some kind of a knee brace on the other night. Limited him. He didn't play against Taylorville. Is that just kind of precautionary? Is he able to go, or is it just kind of up in the air right now?
He got hit on the layup the other night. He got hit from the side and kind of strained his knee a little bit. So he really struggled at practice yesterday, and we'll have to see what he's like today, but it's a day-by-day thing with him, and we'll just have to see what our trainer says and go from there.
Well, he's a pretty tough kid, so I mean, if he's can't go, then
well, he wants to play, and he said I can go Tuesday, or was it Tuesday?
What?
Yeah, at Taylorville, and
yeah.
and trainer told me no go today, and he wasn't very happy when I told him you're not playing tonight. So we'll see. We'll visit with the trainer before we leave this morning and see where he stands.
Well, that's good news. But got a road game today over in Charleston. Kind of I don't want to say a tune-up game, but you don't want to overlook your next opponent. I know you have Mount Zion circled on your calendar for Tuesday. But first, you got to take care of business today.
Yeah, Tuesday means nothing if you don't take care of business today. So the kids have kind of realized that, and we've really stressed that. You got to play them one at a time, and be ready. And hopefully, it'll mean something Tuesday night, because the sad thing is the girls got a big game here on Tuesday night, and we've got one, and we're going to have a lot of crossover coming down the stretch here with them getting into regional play week after next, and it's just amazing that the season is where it's at.
Yeah, we're already February. The girls only have 2 regular season games, and you've got 6, including today. So yeah, it's really flown by. It seems just like yesterday we were getting ready for the Collinsville tournament, and then blink of an eye, here we are down to the end of the season and talking regionals already.
Yeah, sometimes the kids, believe me, and the seniors get to be seniors, they say, Coach, it's gone by so quick. What I tell you, your freshman year, and 4 years is such a drop in the bucket of a kid should be able to be active and participate and do those things, because 4 years is a drop of a bucket and you can't get them back.
No, and it's it does, it goes by quick, and the next group up. But Coach, pretty good season, 4 losses, and we talked about it earlier. 3 of those losses were to a 4A school, and you're in a pretty good position right now. I know we talked about regional seedings, so that's probably next week you have to have all that turned in.
It'll be this week.
This week,
Wednesday.
Okay.
We'll have to have things in. So this time next week we'll know our destination. So
today and Tuesday, big games, not only just from the win column, but to get that seed.
Yeah, today's really a big one. We have to, be prepared to take care of business. And third or Tuesday, well, whatever happens. But Mount Zion's a good basketball team. So Next week we play, a week from Tuesday? We play MacArthur on Tuesday, and Mount Zion plays them on Wednesday. So that'll be a pretty good test for both of us.
Well, Coach, I know you got to get ready. Bus leaves here in about, 50 minutes or so. I know you got to get everything packed up, get the kids ready. I'm sure you're in there watching video right now. And
They're in the back gym running.
Running, getting loosened up. All right. Well, thanks for taking some time. We'll let you get on out of here, and we'll see you over in Charleston today.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. It's Coach Neil Alexander. Big road trip today, Lloyd. We'll be making that trip.
That's right.
It's out of my radius.
I know it. I was still waiting to get the text from you saying, well, you know what, I can't make it. So call in the backups.
Well, I'm not going to do that to you.
Look at you. It's your. Are they going to have, like at the gym today? Are they going to do like a special halftime ceremony to present you with a plaque as
Probably should.
As your Apollo Conference swan song sort of a thing?
Yeah, I think they probably should do that with some kind of big gift certificate or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll give you a Taco Bell coupon or something.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yokiaro.
Yep, so making the trip over Charleston today, and man, Lloyd, we got Mount Zion Tuesday, at Effingham next Friday, at home against Olympia next Saturday, and then the last two home games, MacArthur on Tuesday and Mahomet on Thursday, and then regular season's over, so 2 weeks of basketball left.
That's right. And, of course, yesterday the girls' postseason pairings came out, so there's more basketball from the Lady Railers. They're going to be in action. They will be in action Tuesday against Taylorville. Unfortunately, we've got a conflict with the boys' Mount Zion game that night, so we won't be able to live stream that one. But in its place, we will be traveling to Mahomet Seymour to live stream the Lady Railers game at Mahomet Seymour, which will be the last regular season game. Don't want to jinx anything, but it could be a very special night in terms of
could be an indication of, because we can meet up if in the sectional.
That's true.
So.
And also regular season-wise, the Lady Railers record thus far is unblemished, shall we say, so it could be the
I didn't say it, you said it. So if you jinx them, that's all on you.
All right, well, I'll roll the dice on that.
And I do believe we have Coach Rohr coming in today, talk with us a little bit, and we'll go over more detail of what their regional bracket looks like.
That's right.
And then the final two games of the regular season. So, and then also talk about the big victory last night against Effingham. Which it's kind of the norm for the girls.
Right. I don't know what their margin of victory is for the regular season, but it's got to be.
Well, I think we talked about that. Did we not talk about that
30 points
Thursday night? I thought you brought it up. It was just crazy.
I know it's crazy, but I don't know what the exact number is.
Well, we'll have to see if Coach Rohr does, and she may not.
Yeah, I get the feeling she doesn't pay attention.
You know who will, though?
Yeah.
I think Josh brought it up. Jay Harden probably knows. So, Jay, if you're listening, if you're out of bed listening.
Oh, he's out of bed and listening, but I believe he's probably on the road right now from what I understood talking to him last night. But we'll see. You never know.
All right. Well, let's take a commercial break. We come back, we'll babble some more, and then wait for Coach Rohr to get here. So stay tuned. You're in the cheap seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
This is Dan Duff, former Lincoln High School basketball player, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, Jim, Lloyd, and Sabadoo on 96.3 FM WLCN.
Where's that?
Well, I don't know. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, WLC 96.3 FM. We're going to do some trivia.
All right, let's do trivia.
We have answers thanks to Joel Vincent. And Joel, no, you cannot call in. No, you can call in. Absolutely. We're going to give away a pair of tickets to next Saturday's home game against Olympia.
All right.
And we're going to throw in a free large pizza from Stufferia.
Ooh.
So the big prize pack there.
All right.
So if you can give us a call at 217-871-4930.
Yep, number is on the screen if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah, give us a call, and if you can tell us the average, the margin of victory for the Lady Railers this year, you're going to win that prize pack of tickets and.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And
People will
pizza.
call in, give us a guess. We'll tell, and if they aren't right, we'll say if it's higher or lower.
Yeah, and then after our two callers, we'll announce the winner.
All right.
So give us a call, and we
Things
will.
are happening.
We're anticipating your phone call. Jim's making sure the phone's working. That's,
We don't know if it'll go over the air or not, but
so
all right.
yeah, we're gonna see. I think we have all of our. Well, knock on wood. We've had some technical difficulties lately.
We have.
But I think we've got them figured out.
We have righted the ship, and we are heading in the right direction.
There's been updates. There's been firmware, software updates,
There have.
and it's throwing everything down a whack.
Yep.
But I think we're good to go.
That's right. Loose cables that when you plug them in, they tend to work better.
Tend to work, and yeah, so it's reassuring.
217-871-4930, the number to call.
That
If you
is
don't get through the
correct.
first time because the line's busy, try again.
Try again. Jim's staring at the phone.
Yeah, so we should have some interest in these tickets.
Who
because
doesn't want a free pizza?
That's
I mean,
right.
With prices these days,
Exactly.
everything. You know, you go buy a dozen of eggs, it's like $7.
That's right.
You know, a free pizza. You know, that's a pretty good deal.
That's a meal. And
Yeah.
then, of course, tickets to the
Tickets to the
Railer
game, yeah.
and the Railers versus Olympia, which
Yeah.
I don't know when that happened last time, but I know with listeners in Atlanta and the radio station being in rural Atlanta, we should have some listenership interested in attending that contest.
I would think so.
So phone ready to ring anytime. 217
call that darn
871 4930. It is area code
Yeah.
217. Once again, if lines are busy, try again.
Yes.
And we'll get you through there. All right.
It's well, you know what? It's going to feel like a spring day today,
Yes,
Lloyd.
absolutely.
And you know what's in spring?
I do.
Baseball.
Yes, sir.
Baseball right around the corner. How you feeling about your Phillies? They went out and spent a lot of money.
They
and,
did.
You know, if you can't build a team, we'll go out and buy you one.
Well, they consistently rank near the bottom of Major League Baseball as far as their farm system ratings go. So with all the stars they've got on their roster, they're in sort of a win now mentality, and signed Trey Turner and made a couple other signings to solidify the bullpen and players off the bench. Traded some folks. It's sad to see Nick Maton go, the Chatham Glenwood product, who was kind enough to do one of the IDs that we have here for Cheap Seats. So next time we're around him, we'll have to get him to update one.
Oh, where'd he go?
Where did he go? Was it Detroit? No, it wasn't the
Detroit?
Angels. I believe it was Detroit. So yeah, that's sad to see. But how about your Cubs? What'd they do this offseason?
Well, they did some things. You know, you go out and sign. Who did they sign? Oh,
Dick
Bellinger.
Kingman? Oh.
They got Bellinger, Dansby Swanson.
That's right.
They went. Who's the first baseman? Holmeser or
Leon Durham?
no? Hosmer.
Oh, yeah,
Hosmer.
Eric.
Hosmer. You know, didn't go out and do that big splash, but
Right.
you know they're doing little things. I would say Dansby was their biggest signing.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have kept Contreras around, but he's over on the dark side now.
I heard that.
So that's disappointing. Just anybody goes to the Cardinals is disappointing. But we'll see. I'm always excited at the beginning of the season because the weather's changing. It's just a different feeling, and I'm always excited. And then after about 3 weeks, not so much. But we'll see. I think pitching's still a question. Bullpen's definitely a question. So we're probably going to have to outscore some teams. So, it's I don't know. It's
fun
a
when
big
that,
question mark.
It's fun when that works, if you outslug the other team.
Oh, yeah.
It was great when the Phillies were doing that, but if your hitting goes cold, then not so much fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited. So I guess we'll find out here in a month or so.
That's right. All right. 217-871-4930.
Want to talk about Cardinals? Okay, no. All right, we'll move on. But, Taylor Rohr going to be joining us at the bottom of the hour. So we'll talk to her about the big victory last night and 2 more home games for the ladies and then regionals start. And, high hopes, high expectations for the Lady Railers. We'll get, Coach Rohr's information. How do you keep these girls at bay, keep them level-headed? It's got to be a tough situation. They've never really been in this situation, which, it's good. I mean, they'll just keep playing,
Right.
They've dominated all year long, and, we saw what they did a couple weeks ago to Peoria Central, who came into town.
Absolutely.
And, ranked number 2, and Lady Railers took care of them pretty easily. So
Yeah.
it's going to be fun. So
And
we'll talk with her.
Yeah, as we mentioned, the postseason seeding, or the seedings were actually released earlier this week, but now we know the path to Redbird Arena. If of course, all dependent upon the ladies continuing to win, but we know it will be a total of 7 games, I believe, and starting with the regional in Bloomington. Regional game, sub-regional game, so we'll talk to her about that and those kinds of things. But right now, let's go to the phones.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have an answer?
39.51.
Well, I'll tell you what. Pretty darn close. Who are we talking to this morning?
Yeah, that's a little bit of cheating. This is Mr. Strickland, the superintendent.
Oh. I mean, is that exact?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've scored
okay.
1,827, and we've given up 760.
All right. Well, Mr. Strickland, do you really need the tickets? I mean, they charge you to get
I'll
in
be
this
there.
place?
I'm guessing you have a connection somewhere.
Okay,
with
well, I'll
that.
tell you what, we'll have a large pizza waiting for you. So maybe after the game, you can call Stuffed-A-Ria and get you a pizza and enjoy it after a big victory next Saturday. But yeah, you got to be present. Being a superintendent of the high school, pretty exciting for you right now with what the boys and the girls are doing, and the buzz around Lincoln Community High School is pretty big right now.
It's been incredible. I mean, you look between the boys and girls were 47 and 4, 48 and 4 for the combined.
that sounds
So
about right.
it's been great. It's been great. We found we've been having great fans support for the girls. So that's been wonderful to see, especially the game against Peoria. Since I've been at Lincoln, that was probably the second most attended game since I've been there.
Yeah.
So that was incredible to see the support for the girls.
Yeah, and it's exciting, and they'll be back in action here Tuesday against Taylorville. So hopefully
right.
we can fill that gym again, and the boys will be able
Yeah,
to
we've already started talking to the students, try to make sure we get a good student section going.
Yeah.
With the very important win for the girls game. So hopefully we'll have all the kids come out and support them again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they had a great student section last night. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, depending on how you look at it, the score kind of sapped some of the enthusiasm by about the second quarter. But again, good numbers showing up, and they were into the game and very supportive. So good thing to see here at Lincoln Community High School. And once the basketball season does end, not that we're hoping it ends anytime soon, but big things going on out. What is that? South of the high school with the baseball and the
2
softball
new
field.
Yeah, looking great out
Yes,
there.
that's been a little project we've worked on this year. So
Yeah.
not quite complete yet. We've got some work to finish on the dugout, and baseball, softball fans will be happy with this. We are going to put bathrooms outside. We're going to be making
All right.
some bathrooms for them, so we'll be getting rid of the porta potties. So
On a very
and that also
on a very
yeah,
selfish
so,
note,
one of the exciting things.
is there going to be Wi-Fi in the press box?
I can see if we can get Wi-Fi in the press box for you.
That would be good. That would be good. We're looking ahead, hoping to do a little more sports coverage out there this spring, but kind of depends on an internet connection. So
Yeah,
cool.
we'll make sure we get that. We
All
can
right.
get that for you. Not a
right.
problem.
Super.
Cheap seats speak, people listen.
We're doing things. We're taking it to another level.
Yeah, well, Mr. Strickland, thanks for giving us a call. The facilities out here are looking great, with the baseball and softball fields and the new the look on the outside of the building. And, it's really, made the school look a lot nicer and updated. So you guys are doing
Yeah,
a
we're here to
fantastic
the
job.
track. The track kids are
Yeah.
excited. We did the
Yeah.
track this summer also, so that's ready to go for the spring.
That's
Yep,
right.
yep.
Added that 8th lane, so
Yeah, I can host some big meets now. I know that was a big issue in the past, and you guys took care of that problem. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
No longer a 7-lane school.
all
Yes.
right.
Is that what we were known for, the 7-lane school?
Yes.
Well, not anymore. So that's good.
Not anymore.
All right. Well, thanks for calling, and
Okay, thank you.
we'll see you. We'll get that pizza to you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, Dwight Strickland calling in. So,
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks really nice out here. I mean, just the updating of the outside, and then you add the softball, the baseball, the
Right.
track.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to throw him under the bus there and ask him when we're doing the football field, but you got to think that's in future plans,
Right,
because
yeah.
that's just kind of the way schools are going to now.
Right.
Even the 1A schools, and up there putting turf on their football field. Maintenance-wise, I don't know how long those things last. I
Yeah.
hear anywhere 10, 15,
yeah,
20 years.
I think that's what I've heard.
Maintenance-wise, there isn't really,
Right.
But I'm sure that's on the agenda in the, I would say, near future.
Yeah.
But who knows? I wasn't going to ask it. And,
Yeah, understandable. But yeah, your mention of just the building itself. It's not that the building looked bad. It just was in need of some updating, and now
Yeah.
now it actually looks like there's sort of a front main entrance to the school. Before there wasn't really, I don't know what I would say, really prominent sort of signage of, okay, this is the door you go in. And
Well, a lot of people think this is the main entrance,
Right.
because that's that's
the extracurricular
yeah,
activities and going to the
it's
gym.
Easier. I don't know necessarily easier access, but it's just that's where people come in. So.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So-
there is a main entrance, and it's looking great down here.
Okay.
All right,
So-
well, let's take a commercial break as our next guest
And she
just
brought us
rolled
gifts.
in, and she's got a bag of goodies. No, okay.
Oh.
All right, well, she is a Bears fan, so that's a plus. So we'll
We'll
take
hold
a
that
break,
against her.
and we'll get Coach Rohr on with us. So stay tuned here in the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No, I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what?
Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
everyone. This is Greg Murphy from the Phillies broadcast team, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, and Shabadoo on 96.3 FM WLCN.
96.3 FM. We are at Lincoln Community High School, and joining us now is Coach Rohr. Good morning, Coach.
Morning.
Are you awake?
Barely.
A long day for you after a late night last night. Effingham comes into town, and the ladies just roll over them like they do everybody else. I mean, it's you're always coaching, you know, but towards the end of the game, I mean, how much coaching are you really doing? I mean, it's just kind of.
Well, I would say towards the end of the game, you've got your bench in, so you're trying to prepare them for when they're going to be, you know, your first five. So you're still trying to coach. You're still trying to make sure that they're improving in a varsity game. So you know, you want to make sure that you're still invested.
Now,
So
do you know what your average margin of victory is? Because Mr. Strickland had it.
He had it down to the 1/100th of a place, of a decimal place.
Probably not. You're not really concerned about the only the numbers you're concerned about is the wins-loss.
Yeah, I mean, I know that like what our average points are as of like 3 games ago, and I know what like we've kept our opponents to average, but.
About 39.51 sound about right?
Sure, that sounds great.
So that means a lot of running clocks in the fourth quarter, which that speeds up. You know, you talk about getting your bench in, kind of eliminates their playing time, you know, a little bit. But you got to think that your bench consists of a lot of your JV. Is that correct? Or not?
Yeah.
So I mean, they're still getting their time in the JV game, but then is there a big difference between the speed of the game from JV to varsity?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's a different pace. I mean, you figure everybody's got their best 5 out on the varsity, so it's a little bit quicker. You know, when it gets quicker as they get older. You know, as freshmen, it's a little bit slower. You're coming out of like 8th grade. You know, junior high basketball, and then on a smaller floor, and then, you know, JV picks up the pace a little bit. So a lot of almost all of my JV are freshmen. I got a couple sophomores on there. I think only 1 sophomore starts on the JV. So they made a big jump this year, going from 8th grade to playing JV. You figure they're playing against sophomores, juniors from other teams. So
yeah. Regular season, we have to apologize. We didn't know about today's game. I know it was a makeup game. It's senior day today, and you got Collinsville coming in.
Mm-hmm.
So senior day for these girls. How many seniors are on the team?
I have 1 senior.
One senior.
She's a manager.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's her day. I mean,
it is. Yeah.
You know, she's a lone senior, and
Absolutely.
you know, she's just kind of the focus is on her.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about her a little bit. A manager, they do a lot of the dirty work behind the scenes that goes unnoticed.
Right.
And what's her name?
Kip Dunham.
Kip Dunham, and I'm sure she's probably your right-hand man, you know, as far as making sure everything's prepared for the game when you travel.
Absolutely.
And things like that.
Absolutely. I mean, managers, they don't get the credit that they deserve. A lot of times, like, you know, you always try to say thank you and stuff like that, but like, you're right, they're behind the scenes. The girls are out on the floor, they're getting the recognition, but, you know, the managers, they make sure everything's packed, they make sure that I've got everything that I need, they're filming the games, they're getting water for the kids, they're filling the water jugs, putting everything away after the game. You know, they've got a lot of responsibilities, and the season would not flow without them. So I'm very grateful to all of my managers and what they do for us.
Well, that's good, you know, and, you know, she's the lone one, so you can spoil her, you know. And, and that just means next year there's going to be a lot of seniors. So you're a young team,
right?
We are young
and still learning, and that's exciting. You know, these kids are, you know, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors on the court,
right?
And there's still room for improvement. And, you know, that's kind of, I guess, the opponent. That's pretty scary. You know, so the ceiling's still there, and these girls are still maturing, still, you know, getting stronger and bigger. So, But we don't want to, go past this season, which it's been a phenomenal season. Once again, today's senior day as Collinsville comes to town. It's a 1 o'clock start for the JV, 2:30 for the varsity. And then you're going to wrap up the regular season Tuesday at home with Taylorville. And then you're on the road Thursday at Mahomet, which we'll be covering that game. So season's kind of flown by, and
it has.
It's been a fun one, but you're not done yet.
No, we're not done, and we haven't reached our goals yet. So, this season's been incredible, and the kids have played, just great basketball. So that's been a lot of fun. But there's a lot of work to do because, our goal is to make it to state, and I believe that we can. I believe that this group of kids has the ability to do it, but we have to stay focused and we have to continue to work hard, and it's far from over. So, you got these next 3 games, but then it's 0-0, so it doesn't matter what our record is in 3 games because everybody's back to the beginning. Everybody's 0-0, and it's whoever shows up on that night because there is no tomorrow once postseason starts.
And we talked about that before we went on air, before you got here, about how do you keep these girls focused? They're young. They've never been in this situation before, and right now there's a target on your back, and there's a lot of high expectations. It's not Lincoln under the radar now. You guys are number 2 team in the state. So it's not going to go unnoticed, and these teams, not to make you nervous here, but, these teams in regionals, they're going to really amp up their scouting and their game plan and see what your weaknesses are and try to exploit those.
Oh, absolutely. Any good coach would do that. And, we just, keeping the girls focused has not been necessarily an issue because they have big goals. Like, I think last night on the radio, Coach Froby was talking about how we had a day off and the kids, they hit the gym. Like, they could have gone home, they could have slept, they could have, gone out to eat with their family, but they were hitting the gym. They were, shooting and, still had a ball in their hands. These goals are my goals, but more than they're my goals, they're their goals. And it's just my job to help make their goals a reality. And so we're just, we're trying, Coach Farmer and I, we just try to prepare the girls as best we can. I've been to scout Civic Memorial. I went and scouted Highland, and I'm going to go scout Mascoutah here soon. So we're just trying to prepare for what we're going to see coming down the road so that we're ready. And we're doing the things to make sure our kids are ready to go come postseason and depending on who we're going to see. So, yeah.
Speaking of ready to go, it was good to see Becca back in the game the other night. Coach Al made a comment earlier when he was on air about, she's been hurt for several weeks, and most kids, when they get hurt, they're just over on the bench, just, doing nothing and moping. She's out here running.
Oh, yeah. She ran more sprints than anybody else on the team.
He was pretty impressed with that, just how still into it she wants to be. And she's never going to be out of shape. That's what she does is run. So, but, it's impressive just for her just to stay active.
Absolutely.
And then,
she's just a competitor, and she knew the goal was to get back, and she wanted to be ready when she got back. So, she would make a workout plan for herself, and she'd run sprints on the sideline, and I'm talking timed sprints. She had a manager standing there timing her, and certain amount, and she'd jump on the bike in the cardio room, and then she was form shooting too and trying to still continue to work on her shot even though she was one-handed. And like you said, a lot of kids aren't going to do that, but Becca is, she's an athlete, she's a competitor, and she knows that our team, we need her ready to go, and so she did everything she was capable of doing to be ready to come back.
That's got to be, like in Major League Baseball, they have the trade deadline at the end of the year where they pick up some folks to fill in gaps. That's kind of what's happening for your team. You're getting not necessarily another player, but you're getting reinforcements at a good time in the beginning. So
yeah, it's good to have her back. I think everybody, felt that she offers our team quite the spark, and she's a great vocal leader. She leads by example too. Don't get me wrong, but she's really kind of our voice on the floor. Like, she's telling everybody where to go and what to do, and talking on defense, and that's something that we've kind of missed over the last few weeks with her out. And so I think the energy in the gym once she got in the game, it changed, and And that was exciting to see. So it was a lot of fun. And
She got a bucket, right? 4 seconds.
I said 5 seconds, and she scores.
Yeah, so good for her.
Yeah.
Well, we got to fast forward. I know you still have 3 regular season games left, but we're going to fast forward to regionals, which the pairings came out yesterday, day before? Yesterday. The bracket's out today, and it looks like we're going to be playing Rantoul Monday the 13th at 6 o'clock at Bloomington. I'm sure you've already got that planned out. You've got game tape all lined up. Do we know, just kind of looking forward a little bit?
We played them earlier in the season.
Okay, all right.
So we have our film from that, and we know they're really quick. We know they, put a lot of pressure defense on. So, we're going to prepare our girls for that. And then after that game, if we win that one, then we'll move on to the winner of Bloomington or Champaign Central.
Yeah.
So we've played both those teams too. So probably no surprises on either end, for either team. And so we'll just, we're going to try to prepare the kids the best we can and kind of see what they did to us before and improve.
So you played, I'm assuming you played all 3 of these early in the season?
Yes.
And you're probably a different team now, a little more
I would
confident.
And I think
and people know their
yeah.
Early season kids are trying to figure out their role. Coaches are trying to figure out what role to put those kids in.
Right.
So now they pretty much know what they're expected to do, and so a different team for the Lady Railers.
Right. And when we played Champaign, we didn't have Becca too. So that was so we'll be a little bit different team just in that aspect as well. But yeah, I think a couple of my younger kids, Piper's really stepped up over the last couple weeks, and so I haven't rewatched our Bloomington film yet, but so Piper's going to give us some real valuable minutes if we see Bloomington, because it was early in the season. She might not have seen the floor as much as she has recently. So it'll be good. I think we're just we're going to prepare and hope for the best.
And with these big margins of victory, that's kind of some extra coaching time for you as well. When you've got those larger leads, you're able to maybe try some things, or work on some things that maybe, and you can work on them against someone other than your own players in practice.
Right, and you kind of want to be careful too about that too, because you don't want to, we just put in a little bit of a new offense, and I'm not showing it to anybody unless I have to. So so we're you want to keep some things in your back pocket, but you also want to make sure the kids are ready to go. So work on different things, but also hold back on a couple of different things.
Don't show your hand.
Right.
Get some new little twists in there.
Right.
And with the way you guys are playing, you're able to do that. These girls know the offense, and you can throw a hiccup in there where other, your opponent hasn't seen before. So, that's, being a coach, this is just kind of like a dream season, right?
That's an understatement.
Yeah. You can do things. You can mix it up. You're not out there necessarily teaching fundamentals anymore, or teaching them where they need to be, where they're thinking about it. Now they're just reacting, and you can elaborate on your offense and defense a little bit more. So that's got to be fun.
It is fun, and we've done some situational stuff where we're putting a timer on them, and you're either up or down, and how are we going to handle this? And because what if you're out of timeouts? They have to be able to.
Right. They
have to be able to do it. Yeah. So it's nice to have a team like I have this year that's just. I would say, got further along in the season than most, where we were able to prepare in different ways. So that's kind of exciting. We were, at the start of the season, the kids all remembered the offenses from the summer, so we didn't have to spend 2 weeks redoing offense. It was like, okay, let's move on.
And plus with the younger team now, you'll have, even next year, they'll be more advanced, where you can starting off with some previous knowledge and can work on more things. So
absolutely.
That's a good thing.
It is. It's nice.
Well, Coach, I know you have a lot to do today. You probably got home late last night and rolled out of bed this morning like, man, I got to go deal with those idiots on the cheap seats. Senior day. And
you can have a donut, though.
Yeah.
I will take a donut.
Yes, donut, coffee, get decorated for senior day today, and I apologize. I didn't. I knew there was a makeup game, but I thought it was the Taylorville one.
Taylorville is the makeup.
Okay.
Today was the regularly. This should have been our last home game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, senior day today. So hopefully this place will be packed on a Saturday afternoon.
Hope so.
And then get another victory, and then finish the season up strong.
And then
Tuesday, Thursday, and then
Valentine's Day.
Then it really takes off to the the promised land here. Hopefully, so
Hopefully.
7 more games.
7 more. Is that what it takes to
That's
get
what
to
it would
Bloomington?
take. Yeah, we start on Valentine's Day on the 14th, and then 2 in Bloomington, 2 in Rochester,
10. We got
1 in Taylorville,
10.
and then Redbird Arena.
10 more victories.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Coach. Thanks for taking some time. Good luck
Thanks for
today.
having me.
And we'll talk to you down the road. And just a reminder, WLCN will be carrying the girls' game Thursday at Mahomet. So tune in if you can't make the game, but just go to the game. Nobody wants to listen to us. Just go to the game. But, all right, Coach. Good luck, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take another commercial break. We come back. We'll finish it up here on the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Donating pet food can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart, and so they need you to stand with them.
This is Steve Kimbrell, Nokomis head coach, and you're listening to the Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, Jim, Lloyd, and Scott on 96.3 FM WLCN.
There we go. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. Basketball team, boys basketball team, loading up on the bus. We got the freshmen getting ready to tip off here in 6 minutes. Freshman basketball, boys basketball. Another Saturday of basketball here at OAS, except for the boys will be traveling to Charleston. But the freshmen out here playing now. The girls will be this afternoon, starting at 1 o'clock, 2:30 for varsity. Senior day for the lone senior, the manager. So it's her day. It's her special day. They can pamper her. She don't have to share it with anybody, Lloyd.
No, she gets it to herself. So congratulations to Kip.
Yep. It's been the Kirby and Kirby show today, and we're going to extend these talents to Charleston today, but we're going to add another K, Komnick.
That's right.
We're not going to. We probably shouldn't do the initials.
No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. The Triple K show. But we'll be heading to Charleston here probably in an hour or so, and bring the boys game to you. Another big game for them. You know, they're wrapping up their season as well. They've got Charleston today, big game Tuesday at Mount Zion. That's got conference implications on it.
Absolutely.
But first things first, we got to take care of business in Charleston today.
Yes, sir. And we handled the Trojans earlier in the year, but they're not a bad team. I was thinking, I can't remember what the record is, but I know when we travel there, they seem to play well. I don't know if they get, they know Lincoln's coming to town and they up their game a bit or what happens, but it seems to always be a good game whenever we travel down there, as you will see.
Yeah, that seems to be any opponent. Lincoln, we're, known for basketball. We've been successful for several years, and Lincoln's always going to have a target on their back because of basketball, and you're going to get your best game from anybody except for Taylorville. That was brutal, but I don't think anybody from Taylorville's listening, are they?
I don't know.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, if you're coaching, if you're Coach Ryan Brown there at Taylorville, what do you tell your kids?
I was looking at the Taylorville YouTube feed yesterday, I guess it was, watching their post-game interview with him, and he said this was probably one of the quickest Lincoln teams, as well as one of the better shooting Lincoln teams that he has faced while he's been at Taylorville. And so, which he's right. I mean, this team is very, very quick, and good thing for Coach Al is it's very deep as far as being able to go down the bench and have a lot of subs to rotate in. So it used to be if you had a shorter bench and one particular player gets in foul trouble or something, you might be kind of mixing and matching after that. But with that deeper bench and being able to go 3 or 4 or 5 subs deep and rotate those folks in, it keeps everybody fresh, and it's working well for the Railers this year.
Well, the boys loading up on the bus. Coach Al has his 2 big ices in hand. I hope there's a bathroom on that bus. Is there a bathroom on a charter bus?
I don't know. We can, in the pregame tonight, you can ask Josh that.
Okay. Well, yeah, Josh is on the bus. He didn't want to ride with us.
Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't want to hang out. But
we always have a nice little road trip adventure. And
a lot of conversation. I know I don't talk, and, I get yelled at for that all the time.
You're a man of action.
Just a man of few words. But, a lot of basketball going on today, Lloyd. And, man, the season, it's coming to an end.
That's right.
It's been a fun one, but let's keep it going. Let's get to Redbird Arena, and let's get to State Farm Center too. Wouldn't that be fun?
All right. Yeah. Have both teams go.
Yeah.
So, like we said, the path for the girls team has been set. They begin February 14th, Valentine's Day, playing Rantoul in Bloomington, and then 6 more games beyond that would take them to the state finals on March 4th.
And I know we're still looking for sponsors, because once you get into regional play, we discussed this the other night, IHSA, they want their cut. You got to pay per game. It's not free to broadcast these games on air, and even on YouTube you got to pay a fee, and it goes up each stage. So regionals, sectionals, super sectionals, and then if we're lucky enough, and hopefully we make it to state, can't do video, but we can still radio. But the fee I mean, it's pretty high. So,
and the fees for video are actually higher than radio.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
and those fees start earlier on than the radio ones that kick in. But yeah, we've
already have several sponsors, but
stepped up.
We could always use a few more if you want to sponsor the the state tournament and regionals and on. Give Jim and Lloyd a call at the station or an email. What's an email?
Advertise at WLCNonline.com or call the station 217-648-5510.
Yeah, and that's going to get your name on the radio, and you'll have a graphic on all YouTube stuff.
That's
and,
right.
It's and the blowout, you get extra time too.
Right.
We tend to run our advertisers a little longer when it's not a whole lot to talk about. And during the games, girls' games, it's usually one-sided. So.
And we can customize it for any budget. If you want to sponsor a game or a couple games, that's fine. If you want to follow one of the teams, their entire postseason run, or both teams, we'll be glad to talk to you about any of those arrangements.
If you want to do a live video commercial, you have the capabilities of doing that too.
We can record commercials. Yeah, absolutely.
So, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, taking it to another level.
Taking it to another level. That's what we do here at the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM. Speaking of taking it to another level, we're going to do that right now and call it quits.
All right.
I'd like to thank Coach Al and Coach Rohr for coming on today. Congratulations to Mr. Strickland. He won him a pizza.
That's right.
I saw him walking around here a little bit ago,
was he?
checking things out, and could have gave him his coupon there.
Yeah.
But we'll get it to him. He called in 40. We'll just say 40 points is the average margin of victory.
39.51 is what he said, but we'll round it up to a nice
we'll round it up.
40.
Yeah. So. Yeah, good luck to them today. It's senior day. Get on out, support the Railers. If you're making the trip to Charleston, we'll see you there. And that's going to do it for us today here on the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Good day.
The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.